There is no way that just happened. Wow. We need to talk, people. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bills Digest. I'm your host, Anthony Senicar. And again, we all love some Buffalo wings, and we all love ourselves some Buffalo Bills football. And the same way you guys smash those tables come Sunday time, I want you guys to smash that like and subscribe button, because over here at Bills Digest, we've been doing some stats diving. And, well, 97% of you guys who are not watching, or who are watching, are not subscribed. Join the army. Subscribe here to Bills Digest. Stay in touch with all the latest Bills news. And let's enjoy this crazy season together, because it has been quite a ride. Well, the Buffalo Bills just lost to the LA Rams 44-42. And what probably now is the game of the season. The Bills keep having this knack for being in games in the season. And this one, we are not in the right books. We'll go over the offense, the defense, the special teams. We'll talk about the good and the bad on both sides. Defense, special teams, there's not a lot of good to talk about, if any. But let's talk about the offensive side of the ball first. Let's give this man his props. Josh Allen, look at those stats. Continues that MVP campaign. Nothing falls on his shoulders as much as he wants to say it does. My man was balling. He went from Clark Kent to Superman. There's a great picture, I don't know if you guys can find it online, I noticed during the game of Keon looking at Josh after, I want to say, the third touchdown, just a look of awe. That's all Bills fans watching Josh Allen play. Take a look at these stats. 22 of 37, 342, 8 passing touchdowns, or not 8, 3 passing touchdowns, 82 rushing yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. Josh Allen now becomes the first quarterback in NFL history to have 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns. Add it on to his first quarterback to have a passing, receiving, and rushing touchdown last week. He keeps on running away with this MVP. The Bills did end up with a loss, but again, Josh Allen's MVP campaign does keep running. Now, moving on from Josh, the receiving core had itself a great night with the loss of Dalton Kincaid and Keon Coleman. The receiving core stepped up. Let's take a look at some big highlights. Obviously, Amari Cooper is building a good repertoire with Josh Allen. He had 2 crazy catches where you just got to go, wow, holy smokes. He was 6 for 95. Obviously, that chemistry is growing. And then Mr. First Down himself also did have himself a game. 5 receptions, 106, and a touchdown. Obviously, he is becoming a very, very reliable target for Josh Allen. He obviously had the big touchdown run as well. Yards after the catch is massive for him. And again, the receiver core just stepped up in general. Obviously, Mac Hollins had 4 for 57 and a touchdown. And then Ty Johnson was 2 for 55 and a touchdown as well, with that big short pass that became a long touchdown run. Again, the offense looked great. Josh Allen looked great. One thing I do want to talk about is where did the run game go? The Rams defense going into this game was on the bottom tier of rush defense. And how do you finish this game with Josh Allen as your leading rusher with 82 yards? James Cook was 6 for 20. Ty Johnson didn't have a rush. How does Ray Davis not have a single rush, Joe Brady? And then Curtis Samuel had 1 rush for 1 yard. I know. When Superman has to put on his cape, he has to put on his cape. But you got to establish that run. It is what helped the Bills throughout the whole season. Ray Davis cannot go through a whole game with no rushing yards. James Cook, I know it wasn't working, but you got to keep trying. It was going to happen sooner or later. And again, James Cook cannot finish this game 6 for 20 with a rushing line stat of that. They got to figure it out. This was looking a lot like a Brian Dable offense, just passing the ball. Obviously, the game script did not help being down 3 scores at one point. Obviously, you got to pass the ball. And again, the game kind of got turned over on its head after the big moment with the special teams block. But again, Josh had himself a great day. The offense put up 42 points. If the offense puts up 42 points, you got to win the game. Talking about that, let's switch over to the defensive side of the ball because, wow, what an abysmal day in general for the defense. Let's just take a look at these stats. Obviously, the most points given up since 2018, that Nathan Peterman game where Josh came in late, 48, 5 touchdowns, 1 field goal, forced 2 punts. Second one at the end when they were running out the clock, so really they just forced 1 punt all game. LA, who went into this game was, I want to say, like we talked about it obviously earlier in the game preview, but I believe they had a 33 or 34% completion on third down. They were 11 for 15 on third down, 73%. The Bills could not get them off the field. And then in the red zone, 83 TD percentage rate, 5 for 6. Rams were 53. Again, Rams were 53% coming into the game. 5 drives, 10 or more plays, almost 40 minutes time of possession. The defense did not show up. And again, it's the story of the Sean McDermott defense. Josh Allen becomes Superman. And again, the defense doesn't show up. They had to stop the run. They did stop the run. The Rams defense was averaging, or the Rams running backs were averaging 3.3 yards per carry. They stopped the run. But then you come up against what obviously is probably one of the better receiving groups in the league, Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, and Nacua goes off for 12 for 162 at a touchdown. Cooper Kupp goes 5 for 92 for a touchdown. The zone defense wasn't working. Go to man. Why is Kaiir Elam a healthy scratch? He is a first-round pick. It is man coverage. Zone is going to get picked apart by Matt Stafford. Why are you not running man? Like, come on, dude. This cannot happen. Obviously, it hurts. It stings. But at least we have another week to look forward to. This happens in the playoffs. There's nothing to look forward to until September 2025. Like, come on, man. What is going on? There was no pass rush. Nothing to show for. Take a look at this. The Rams on third down. Again, like they were a bad third down team coming into this game. How are they going 11 for 15? Matt Stafford was 9 of 10 on third down. 119 and 2 touchdowns. That's more than most quarterbacks are putting up in a single game. Nacua had 6 touches on third down, and all 6 of them were first downs, people. What is going on? Like, come on, man. What is going on with this defense? There is obviously a problem. The team did not show up. The defense did not show up. Sean McDermott, it's the same thing every time, man. Like, come on. You're killing me. And then going off of the defense, look at the special teams. Obviously had the block punt. But again, on the last play of the game, on that punt, I want you guys to take a look at this. Just take a look at this. The Bills had 9 players on the field on the last play of the drive, on the punt. How do you have 9 players on the final play of the game? How do you not tell the return man, you got to return that punt? Why does he let it go out of bounds? Like, come on. And then just talking in general, obviously, I don't know what you're doing on that Joe Brady on that play call on the quarterback sneak. Why are you running a quarterback sneak? You have 3 timeouts. And then if you run the quarterback sneak, why did you not get out of it and spike the ball or run a quick play or throw? Like, I know the quarterback sneak is probably 80 to 90%, but time is not on your side. You got to keep those 3 timeouts, and then you got to hope that your defense comes up with a stop. The defense comes up with a stop. The refs screw them out of it. They no call on a obvious false start, and the Rams go and score that touchdown. Like, again, oh my goodness, it's this never-ending story with this team. And then on top of that, you know what? I'm going to bring this up. Look at this. Every year it's the same thing, game of the year, and the Bills end up on the losing side of it. The Eagles game last year, the Vikings game the year before that, and then obviously the Hail Murray. It doesn't stop with this team. Josh Allen becomes Superman, and the defense cannot show up. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts to see these great Josh Allen performances go to waste because of the defense not showing up. And it's just head-scratching moves sometimes. Obviously, the blocked punt kind of was the point of the game that we would have loved to have come back because the Bills probably win that game. But McDermott, there's questions you have to answer. Why is Kaiir Elam a healthy scratch? Why is he a healthy scratch? Why do you have a practice squad / 7th round pick in Jamarcus Ingram coming in over Kaiir Elam, who was a 1st round pick? Obviously, defensive adjustments. Matt Stafford was picking apart this defense in zone, and we did not want to run man. And it was just like, you have Elam, at least bring him in there, and don't have him as a healthy scratch. On top of that, Dwayne Carter, who hasn't played football in 5 to 6 weeks, was a healthy scratch, or played the game, and Jordan Phillips, who has been playing pretty well football, was a healthy scratch. What is that? On top of that, the Bills' rushing issue that I obviously talked about last week has come back to bite them in the butt, because now they're going to have to send these blitzes, and this zone defense is going to get picked apart. And we have Detroit next week. Detroit is not someone to mess around with. They have a two-headed monster in the running backs with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. And then they also have, obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown, as well as Jameson Williams. They are going to rip us apart if this defense does not figure it out. Sean McDermott, you have to figure it out. This defense has to figure it out, because come December time, or come late December, January time, it's going to be one and done. And I cannot have another one and done season. I know it is a retool year, but they have to come away. Your offense cannot put 42 points on the board and come away with a loss. Like, come on. What is going on? But again, going off, getting all that steam off. Obviously, the Bills are known for going on those runs late in the season. Again, going back to this stat right here. After all of these games, the Bills did go on a run, and then they were coming in hot into the playoffs. Let's hope that keeps on happening. And again, on top of that, just to make my day even worse, the Kansas City Chiefs, I am recording this after the KC game. The Kansas City Chiefs did beat the LA Chargers on a doink. Let's take a look at the updated playoff picture, because you know what? That chasing for the 1 seed can still live, but it's not looking too good. The Bills and Pittsburgh are tied for the 2 seed. KC is 12-1, still chasing that 1 seed. I think we got the 2 to 3 seed locked up. I don't see us dropping 2 more games. Let's hope Kansas City obviously drops a game. But again, guys, it's frustrating. It is, but it's put it in perspective. Sean McDermott, you're going to figure it out. I really hope you do. It is a retool year, but it's going to get better. It's a bump in the road. Let's move on to Detroit. Let's focus on that Lions game, because if we can pull one out in Detroit, then again, we'll forget about this Rams game. But as always, guys, please like and subscribe. And as always, because I'm going to keep on saying it, go Bills.